In this tutorial I want to show you how to change the battery in the wireless external push pad which opens your automatic doors, and they all look like the one you can see on your screen right now. The box surrounding the push pad may be a slightly different colour, but they all have this same square stainless steel push pad with the words press to open, or possibly the disabled logo, or a combination of both like the one you can see here. Now these are fixed onto the wall with usually a couple of good strong fixings behind through the back of the box, and this square push pad plate is held on by two tiny screws which are located inside these holes which I'm pointing out to you here. So there's one at the top and one at the bottom there, and it's to get this off you'll need a tiny 2mm Allen key like the one I'm holding in front of you here. Okay, that's the profile. It's a standard Allen key, there's nothing special about it, easily available from any hardware shop or a B&Q or one of the large stores, and we literally put the key in there and locate it into the tiny little screw inside. You might have to wiggle it around a bit just to locate it, and then we just unwind that screw to a point where it becomes loose. And you may need to do this in stages, and these are done like this for security reasons, to stop the kids and people tampering with these. So we just unwind these. Now these are on a slotted fixing, so we don't need to take the screws right out, but you can, it's not a problem if you do take them right out. Let me unscrew that, and you can see it just lifts off. Now if we look at the back of this switch, you can see here that there's a slot in the bottom and a keyhole fixing in the top. Okay, so that literally drops onto that bottom screw, and if you wiggle it around it will drop onto that keyhole and it will drop back into position. Okay, so you can let this dangle from the box and let it just hang. Now if you look inside, inside here is a 9-volt battery, just like the one you'd see in your fire alarm at home or your smoke alarm at home. And you literally unplug the battery, give it a wiggle, and I suggest what you do is hold on to the wires at this point because it will stop the wires becoming disconnected inside. Just give the connector a wiggle and pull it apart. Okay, and you discard that and dispose of it and recycle it in a proper way. Replace it with your new battery, just plug it back on, and that's it. It's as simple as that. And you can tuck it back inside the box, and then it's the reverse procedure to refit the plate. So we're going to drop this bottom slot onto this bottom screw here, and then we're going to drop the other screw will locate into this keyhole, and then we can wiggle it about and it will, so we just drop it in like that, and there we go. So that's relocated, and then you take your Allen key again and you just tighten up the screws in the reverse way that we took the thing off in the first place. Okay, so that's how we change the battery. And obviously what you can do before you put the plate on, if you push the switch, you can test it to make sure that it's actually triggering your doors to open, just in case it wasn't that was not functioning properly. And you can tighten those screws right up. Don't need to tighten them up with the force of a 900-pound gorilla, because we do want to be able to get this thing off in the future. Okay, so you can give your plate a push just to make sure it's clicking. And another thing to check, sometimes these things can get jammed up with ketchup, French fries, we've seen burger wrappers stuffed in them, cigarette ends, matches, all sorts of things wedged in the side of these, believe it or not. Service history is quite amusing when you look at it, but if you push it you'll hear a nice click. Okay, and it should spring back out. So if you're not getting that nice click feel and it's good and solid, then there may be something loose inside, or it could be that something's too tight or jammed up. So you may want to have a look at that. And that's it. That's how you change a battery. I should also just point out that not all push pads on the outside of the buildings are wireless and require a battery change. The batteries, by the way, should last between 2 to 3 years, believe it or not. The timer on the little microprocessor circuit in the transmitter switches the thing off if it's not being used, so it does conserve battery quite well. Unfortunately, at McDonald's restaurants you're quite unique, and you do get large instances, particularly at some stores, where you'll get gatherings of kids outside or youths outside the restaurants, and they'll just continually keep thumping these things. And obviously sometimes they do get kicked off the wall as well, you know, when the kids get frustrated or angry about something. But they're not all wireless, so you could, if you're not sure, you could take the plate off and double check. Failing that, you should be able to contact us, and we will be able to give you that information from our installation records. So you can contact us on 0870 870 8093. Thank you.